You
Mhm,
come in and everybody in the world knows you're the pitcher of the year, etc.
mhm.
How different has that affected your preparation, your approach at all, going from being kind of an unknown, you can sneak up on people, to this year you're not sneaking up on anybody?
Mhm. I guess it hasn't really changed anything. I guess for me, like I did when I was at my previous school, I did good my freshman year, but I still wasn't known. But I guess the difference from that year of doing good and this year of doing good is I'm trying to, I guess, figure out what I can do in this league that will throw people off. So whether that's sharpening up the pitches I have or adding another pitch, or just figure out what I need to do to continue to be effective in this, I guess, league, in this conference, etc.
Okay, Hannah, your turn. I'm 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 just going back between the two of you, if I'm being honest here, make sure I distribute evenly. Um, I know you haven't. It's not like you were behind the plate for, but you've been there since Chenise has been there. You've seen her grow and blossom. From your perspective, tell me what's different about Chenise now than maybe when she first got to Arkansas.
What I see is more confidence. I mean, I think, and her pitches have grown. I mean, obviously she added her drop ball, and I've seen her rise will actually get better since she's produced a drop ball. And so, um, I think most of all, I see confidence and I see swagger. That I mean, I saw that at the very beginning, but it just like enhances her game because I think it throws people off. Like if I was playing against her and just saw her walking out there, I'd be like, what the heck is this girl doing? Like, why is she not pitching the ball? Like, but it's like her confidence and, that's just who she is. And it brings a lot of energy to our team. And I'm just very blessed that I am going to get to catch her. So,
Okay, Hannah, I'm going to stick with you. Very similar actually to what I just asked Shanice. Coming into last year, yeah, we knew you were good, but now the whole world knows you're good, and now you are. That senior class is not there now. It's Shanice and Hannah. That's the two names first people think of at Arkansas. Similar to what I asked her, how has that changed or made you adapt or anything like that coming into this year versus this time last year?
I think I mean, anyone is not really, like I said, like telling the truth if they're saying they're not nervous. Nervous isn't the word, but more of like thinking about it or like thinking about the pressure. I think it's just like I have to focus on not letting the moment that I'm in get super big. And I think I've kind of allowed, like before I had like some type of, like I had a reason why I was playing, which I still do, and so I think really staying focused on that and not allowing awards or recognition or whatever to get in the way, because in the end, like this is a team sport and I can't do what I'm doing without my teammates. So
Okay, back to Shanice. Told you I'm going to go between the two of you. Um, Shanice, you're kind of in a different, unique position this year. Last year, it was you and Mary going into the year. Okay, you two alternate, etc. Was the thought. This year, you're the senior statesman, so to speak. You're the vet on a in a bullpen with a lot of young players. Have you taken on a little bit of a mentoring role with? I mean, three freshmen. Is that something that's happened, or have you just kind of had to stick to your own thing just because you want to be the best you can be?
Um, I think the mentoring role hasn't been really needed from me. The pitchers that came in are really good, so it's kind of like them coming in have made me better. Um, they've kind of helped me more than I've helped them, I guess. Um, yeah, I think it's just like us bonding together and like figuring out how we can be good as a unit. And so, yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't think I've been mentoring too much, but definitely have been like working together a lot to figure out what we needed to do.
When you say they've helped you, what do you mean by that? How have they helped you?
It's like the competition, like knowing somebody is there that's can throw the same pitch as you, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, she's throwing it just as good or even better. I'm trying to catch up to her. So it's just like, friendly team competition, and it's been good to keep me sharp, keep everybody sharp, I guess.
What's the dynamic like between the five of you, the pitchers? I mean, because you and Callie have been around a little bit. You got three freshmen. What's the
Mhm.
dynamic like for the five of you?
Like I said, we work together a lot to figure out what we need to do. But outside of softball, we've all grown really close. I know the freshmen, I've said this before, but they are some of the funniest people I know. And the pitchers specifically, the freshman pitchers specifically, they just keep me laughing and I guess young in a sport where I'm a fifth year. But yeah, it's been really fun with them.
I was really hoping you were not about to say in a sport where I'm old. I thought that might be where you were going. I was ready, but
Mm-mm.
okay, Hannah, your turn again. I'm Hannah. I want to give you I don't want to call it a hypothetical, but I want to give you a potential because I'm curious for your thought processes on it. So when you get behind the plate and you get into game action, let's say there's a pass ball. Let's say maybe you don't frame pitch. I know you like to get things perfectly. I know you would do things best you can. But how does your mindset change in those situations when you're catching versus maybe you let a ball go under your glove at third base, maybe the ball doesn't come to you again for another inning. Does your mindset change in how you rebound from a mistake when you're behind the plate?
Yeah, I think you have to have like at third, if I missed a ball, I had all inning to dwell on it because I do that in my head. But catching, you don't really have a choice. Like you have to have a short memory, just like pitching. Like if you I don't know much about pitching, but if you miss a pitch, I guess be ready on the next one. But for me, it's like, okay, if I don't frame a ball right or miss a ball under my legs, like, okay, I'm gonna get the ball the next time. So it's really just having a short memory and not allowing one missed ball or whatever to like affect the rest of the inning and eventually the game.
Now, obviously, you're going to start catching. Coach Dipel told us this morning that if the lineup was today, you're going to catch. Is there a thought that maybe you'll still get some reps at third here and there, or are you pretty much you're in your mind catching's your thing now? In your mind.
Unless I get hurt,
Well,
I do not see me going to third base
okay.
this year.
So you're not just taking not taking like extra reps at third just to keep going, Kim. You're pretty
I
much
am,
concentrating on
yes.
catching.
I'm still taking reps at third every day.
Okay.
However, I at least I hope I don't have to go back to third. I really like catching. So
Okay. Best case scenario, you don't have to go back to third, I guess.
yeah, I mean if I do, that's great too.
Yeah. So I'm curious. So obviously Spencer played short last year because you were a rock at third. Now you're behind the plate. Coach Steifel told us this morning if the lineup was today, Spencer would play third. What kind of communication have you two had? Obviously, she's played third before, so it's not like she's a brand new there, but that's the spot you had all last year. What kind of communication have you two have had as you kind of both settled into your kind of new roles?
Yeah, she just has such a learning mentality. Like she just wants to know and yeah, I mean, even if someone's younger than her or 4 years older, like she will come up and ask you a question if she has a question. And I love that about her desire just to want to um, know information. And so really, I mean, she knows what she's doing. I don't have to tell her what needs to be done. But like if I'm behind the plate or I think she needs to be closer, I'll just be like, hey, like speed up a little. But I've never had to do that. And so she will be a rock there as well.
Couple more here and then I'm done. Believe it or not, I'm actually about to be done. I'd actually like both of your perspectives. We know how important the locker room dynamic is at Arkansas. How have the freshmen and even the transfers fit into that dynamic, through the fall and even now coming get ready for season?
I think they fit in perfectly. I think since I've been here, this has been the closest team that we've had. I don't see bickering, fighting, drama. I don't see any of that. And so that's been really nice that they just have like just meshed. All of us have meshed. And I do feel like that will benefit us in the season. So
Chenise,
Yeah, I
anything?
feel like outside of softball, they just make me happy to be on the team. Like they make it really a great experience. The new additions have, they're all like just they're amazing people, and I really enjoy their presence. And if we're talking about softball, they're all so good. I'm just really happy to be on the team with them, and I'm excited to see what they'll be able to do this year.
All right, last one for me, and I'll start with Chenise since you ended that last one. You're two-time SEC champion back to back here. You were a game from the World Series last year, and you come into this year, and some people have you top 10, some people have you right around 10. SEC, third or fourth, whatever it was. You're not seeing necessarily what your championships might, the position you might think you'd be in. Is that something you think about? Is that something you notice when those polls come out or when the coaches poll comes out in the SEC? You pay attention to that at all? Does it affect you at all?
Um, I do. I take it in. I enjoy it for a moment because I did work hard for those accolades. So I will enjoy it. Say, give me a little pat on the back. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, I was top 25 or whatever, top 10, but I want to be number one. So it's like, I guess something to work after. Like you just kind of, everybody wants to be the best at what they do. So just kind of striving to be as good as I can be, I guess.
Yeah,
And you
my
got a
turn.
thought?
Yeah. I'm gonna go more on like the SEC polls. Um, us coming out as third. I just don't agree with that whatsoever. And I think I was able to like process that and think about it. And I'm just like, people have doubted us for the last 2 years and we proved them wrong. So it's just another time to do it. But I think that was the most frustrating thing of like, how much more do we have to prove to show that like we're going to win the SEC? So yeah, I think that was more of like frustration, but then just like, well, it's been like that for ever since I've been here. So
Chip still on your
I
shoulder.
think I answered that wrong. We were talking about the team polls.
oh, were we talking about team or
Yeah,
individual?
I think he was talking about team, but I
Oh, that's
answered
fine.
individual.
I
Okay,
was
sorry.
talking about team. If you want to say something about the team poll, Shanice, you can.
Yeah, I mean I guess it's basically the same. Like you look at them, and we're like, okay, and we're trying to be the best. We're trying to be number one. Doesn't really change whether it's individual or team. The goal is the same, I guess.
Okay. Okay. I'm done.